As a video marketer, it's important to stay top of your game and ahead of changes in our industry. And one of the best ways to do that, I believe, is by listening to podcasts. So, which are the best video marketing podcasts in 2020? Keep watching, I'm going to share my top 6. G'day guys, Ben Amos here from Engage Video Marketing, and thanks for joining me for this video. On this channel I share tips, tricks and strategies to help you engage your ideal audience to action through effective video marketing strategy. And in this video, I'm going to break down my top 6 podcasts for video marketers just like you. And stick around because number 6 is my absolute favorite. First up is the Social Media Marketing Podcast, brought to you by the guys at Social Media Examiner, hosted by Michael Stelzner, founder of Social Media Examiner. I love this podcast because it doesn't only touch on video marketing, but it looks at the whole entire world of social media and digital marketing. Now, Michael has a real soft spot for video marketing and believes in the power of video marketing as well. And as such, he brings many video marketing focused guests on that are the best in the world of video marketing. So I highly recommend you give this one a listen. What I love about Michael's interview approach is that he really dives deep and asks the questions that you as a listener are asking in your mind. So if you haven't yet come across the Social Media Marketing Podcast, I encourage you to add that one to your listening dial. Next up is the Video Marketing Value Podcast, hosted by Dane Golden and Renee Teely. Now these guys are a lot of fun and they don't take themselves too seriously. They also bring great guests on and have a range of topics that they cover all around video marketing across the board. I highly recommend adding video marketing value to your playlist, and when you do, make sure to subscribe and let them know that I sent you. Next up is a podcast which isn't specifically about video marketing, but as many video marketers are also running video production businesses like me, then I highly recommend the Grow Your Video Business podcast, formerly called the Studio Sherpas podcast and hosted by Ryan Correll. Now, Ryan is an absolute genuine guy who really spends a lot of time curating the best guests that he can to help you grow your video business, no matter what stage of business you're in. What I love about this podcast is Ryan is genuine, he's authentic, and he really tells it like it is from his heart. So if you consider yourself a video business as well as a video marketer, then the Grow Your Video Business podcast is one for you. Next up, we're getting into the world of YouTube specifically, and this is the Comments Over Coffee podcast by Nick Nimmin. Now, Nick Nimmin is a very successful YouTuber who has helped countless other people grow their YouTube channels as well, both through his content, his coaching, and his speaking. Nick is an absolute powerhouse and wealth of knowledge when it comes to YouTube specifically. So any question that you have, he can answer. In fact, that's exactly what he does in the Comments Over Coffee podcast. All of the questions that he answers in his podcast are taken either from the comments of his YouTube channel or are submitted via his website. So if you want some practical and tactical advice to grow your YouTube channel or your clients' YouTube channels, then I highly recommend the Comments Over Coffee podcast by Nick Nimmin. Next up, the Video Marketing Mastery podcast by Todd Hartley, owner of Wirebuzz. Now, Wirebuzz is a video marketing agency over in the US, and based on this, the information that Todd shares throughout the Video Marketing Mastery podcast is from the trenches. Through this podcast, he shares what's working for him and his clients right now, and he really tries to stay at the forefront of everything that's happening in video marketing across the board. So I highly recommend checking out the Video Marketing Mastery podcast. And finally, number 6 is, are you ready for it? The Engage Video Marketing podcast, hosted by me. Yeah, I had to include my own podcast in this rundown because I love what I do in the podcast, and if you haven't heard about it yet, I'd love for you to subscribe. The Engage Video Marketing podcast is all about bringing you the best in the world of video marketing to help you grow your business or your client's business through the power of video. My goal with the podcast is to bring the best guests that I can to help add value to you as a video marketer. So a little bit of a shameless plug here, but if you are a video marketer, I'd love for you to have a listen to the Engage Video Marketing podcast as well. So that's it. That's my rundown of what I believe to be the best video marketing podcasts available to you right now in 2020. And I'd love to hear from you below. What's your favorite podcast in the world of video or video marketing? Maybe you can let me know of one that I haven't yet found. So let me know in the comments. And then once you've done that, I want you to head on over and watch this video right here next, where I'm going to share with you a bit of a ninja tip for how to actually use a free piece of software, Canva, to create video thumbnails for your YouTube videos. And I'll see you in that video real soon.